watching Rogers TV.
Welcome to Daytime Ottawa. Oh my goodness, what a show we have for you today. Students from St. Gregory on the show. They're going to tell you about their wonderful initiative, how they're helping the food bank. And I told one of our guests, Emma Miskew, who is world champion, Scotties champion in curling. Like I have interviewed stars like Shania Twain. I've never been more excited to talk to somebody because I'm obsessed with the sport of curling. We sit down with Emma for a couple of segments. Frankie Bellissimo is here. He's going to be talking about a great travel and adventure show that's coming up at the Nepean Sportsplex. Tell you about why you should get involved in stand-up paddle boarding and some of the benefits. But we start in the kitchen with my good friend Julie Finley, Mom in the Know, back with some Foodland Ontario recipes. How are you, my friend?
I'm so good. I'm glad everybody's here because I brought so much food.
You did?
I think we're just going to have a feast afterwards.
I love it. We'll do like a buffet style with all the guests and the volunteers.
I think we can. I sort of woke up this morning. Yes, it is going to rain. We need everything to be green. It's cold. It's a little bit like that chill gets to you if you're in the rain too long. So I thought curries.
Perfect.
I think, you know what, we've got a Caribbean-style turkey potato curry.
Nice.
We're just about to start our curried pork with sweet potato, and then we're going to do a curried ground beef, South African-inspired, the babouti.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
So
okay.
I know. So right now, I've already just started with a little, this is going to be our curried sweet potato.
Okay.
I've got some onions in here, and then the curry is easy. You could buy it store-bought. I'm not good at making it at hand. The paste, not the paste.
Okay, yeah, the paste is tricky,
but
for
you know
sure.
what? I think one show we should do the paste. Or you probably get somebody better than me to do the paste.
No, there's no one better than Julie Finley. Okay, maybe there might be somebody better than you at curry paste.
So I went yellow curry paste, but you could do a chili curry paste. You could do your green curry paste. But I do love the smell of the yellow curry paste. I'm going to let that saute. And then a tablespoon of cumin. So you've got your store-bought, you've got that. You're already set. You're going to, I'm just going to get that in because every last bit counts for me. Of course. And then I'm just going to stir in a can of coconut milk. So coconut milk you'll find in the international foods, but you'll also find it in the baking. So a hint.
Oh, yeah.
I find I go to the baking and it's cheaper in the baking aisle. I know.
What are they doing to us?
I don't know.
They're so sneaky.
I know. So we're going to stir this in together, and this gets all the flavors together. And what I've done is I've actually got a pork tenderloin. So I did go shopping this morning. Pork is on sale. It's so cheap right now.
It is probably the most affordable of all the meats right now, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And
I just got a rack of pork ribs for $4.86.
Oh, goodness.
I'm not kidding. It was one of those start the car moments. Like, honey, I think they made a mistake. Let's get out of here, right?
It's so good. So this wasn't, but I got a big pork tenderloin, and I think it was about $11.
Nice.
And I've only used a third of it, so there's still 2/3 to be cooked, and you could barbecue. You could do. There's so many recipes on Foodland Ontario.
And when they say with a tenderloin, it is exactly as it says. It is so tender, so delicious.
Absolutely, and that's why you want in this, because it's going to slow cook. But what's great about this is you're going to have vegetables and fruits. So I've done sweet potatoes. I've peeled a cup and a half. And it's probably about one big one or two small ones.
Okay.
And you're just going to have that, and then you're going to add 2 chopped coarsely. Get the kids in the kitchen. I love doing that because they do all the prep for me.
Yes.
And you're just going to stir that, and you're going to bring it to a boil and then simmer it for about 20 minutes until the potatoes are done.
How easy is that?
That is so easy.
All in one pot?
All in one pot. And then at the end, you're going to stir in a 1/3 cup of sour cream.
Okay.
Just get a little bit of creamy.
Yeah.
And then you're going to just put some mint on top. And I actually love a lot of mint on top. And then you can have it on rice.
I put mint in my salads too. Just adds a little bit, not too much. But
and
it's
especially right now when we're getting into gardening and stuff like that.
Yes.
Start growing the things that you like to have, and then exactly.
And herbs are really easy to grow, and if you struggle with it, well, that's what the internet's for.
Yes.
Right? There's so many great spots you can go to now to learn.
Absolutely.
So we just let that simmer.
We're just going to let that cook away, and it's done, and you're set to go. It can feed up to 6 people. You're set to go.
Fantastic.
So we're going to do the ground beef curry. So I've already gone ahead and I've got ground beef. You could do ground lamb, you could do ground pork, or a combination of the two.
Okay.
I've got my oven set at 350. I've got a 8x8 pan, cooking dish. And what I'm going to do is turn up a little higher so I can get things cooking in here.
Get it cooking, girl.
And I'm going to add a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Yeah,
it's the funnest word to say.
Yes, and then the spices of
outside
this.
of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, yeah. How many
you do a little
times?
Sean Connery with it.
Okay.
Worcestershire sauce.
I'm gonna let you own that one.
All right.
Yeah.
You don't
so
want to try.
I've got some ground garlic powder. I've got some turmeric, and this is the other thing. When you have these spices in your kitchen, they're so versatile for any one of these curries.
Agreed.
I've got some black pepper, and then I've got curry right there. I'm going to mix this together with a third cup of apricot jam.
Apricot jam.
So smell that. And there's a lot of jams out there that are actually by local growers too.
Yeah, you're right.
So have a lot of less sugar, a lot of less additives, so you could do that. So again, look for those when you're going to the markets, which I'm so excited those are going to be opening soon.
No kidding.
I'm going to blend this. I'm going to let you blend this together.
Sure, yeah, I can help you out
and
there.
while you're doing that, what I've done already is I've taken 2 pieces of brown bread and I've put a cup of milk in it. And so I'm just going to scoop those out and you're going to stir those in.
Really?
Yes, and then we're going to put all of this into the pan.
Okay.
We're going to put a layer of tin foil over top.
Okay.
And you're going to bake it for 30 minutes. You're just mixing that right in.
So this is just what, to add some...
Just to add some flavor to it, some texture to it.
Texture is the word I was looking for. You think, being a television host, I could have come up with that on my own.
Well, you can.
Thank you, Julie.
Well, that's why we're here
team.
together.
Exactly.
Okay, and then once you've cooked it for about 30 minutes with the tin foil on, you're going to pull it out of the oven, and you're going to put this egg mixture over top of it, which is 2 eggs.
All right.
And you're going to just stir in another cup of milk, and you're going to pour it on top.
Okay.
So we'll just assume that's done, and so once that's cooked, that is your beautiful piece right there.
That's what it looks like. That's your finished
It's so
product
delicious.
right there.
It's there for you guys for lunch. Let me know later what you think, but I think it's going to be one of your favorites
what would
for sure.
What would you serve with that?
You know
would
what?
You just serve it on its own?
You just serve it on your own. It's so meaty. It's so delicious. I mean, you could have naan bread or something with it, but no, you don't need anything with it.
What have you got over here?
Okay,
what do we got here?
This is a Caribbean-style turkey potato curry. Why it is
How do you remember all this?
Well, I made it, and then I loved it, and then it was good. So the Caribbean is just because of the mixtures of the spices. I've already done it. I've got 2 pounds of turkey breast in here, which, by the way, was very affordable as well.
That's
turkey
good to
breast,
know.
for sure. I've got 3 tablespoons of curry. I've got allspice. I've got fresh ginger.
Nice.
I've got turmeric, and I've got allspice.
Okay.
So that already has been sautéed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add 1 Ontario onion.
All right.
And then the garlic, please look for the Ontario garlic.
Look at how beautiful this is. It is so good.
It is 6 garlic sliced slightly. And then I'm going to add the potatoes and carrots. So 3 cups of carrots and about 2 cups of potatoes. You're going to bring that to a boil.
Look at that. I'm just showing it off for everybody.
Please
Look at the beautiful colors in there.
And
then this is broth you're adding, or just water?
This is broth, and you're just going to pour it in until it's about a 1/4 inch over top, which is generally one of the boxes of broth. Or if you make it on your own, 4 cups. I know a lot of people had broth after the holidays, so use that for this.
You're here for 2 segments, so we're just going to reduce this again,
and there
right?
It is there.
And there you go.
Yep.
You're
just
back with
boil
what are we doing next? Salads?
You know what? Spring into some nice fresh salads.
All right, we got some nice spring salads coming up. Julie Finley, Mama to Know, right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
this guy's just absolutely dynamic when it comes to putting the puck in.
This guy, something else.
Here comes the 67th. Wow.
And now the Rangers are away.
His acceleration's off the charts.
That's a player that all eyes in the NHL are going to be on tonight.
You are not going to sit there and tell me that this guy is not going to be a future NHLer. This kid is something special.
The OHL playoffs on Rogers TV.
My name is Risa Solomon St. Louis, and I'm the chef and owner of Bacchanal Taste the Caribbean Lifestyle. I love to eat, I love to cook, and this is one of the reasons why I became a chef. I'm excited to share some of what inspires me when you see me at farmers markets, when we're catering, through our prepared meals, and even our sauces and spice blends that we're known for. Thank you for coming into the kitchen with Risa.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. Back with Mama in the Know, Julie Finley. All recipes, by the way, available at foodlandontario.ca under TV recipes. And we were back doing some spring salads, Julie. Hey, did I mention Emma Miscue's on the show?
You
Sorry, I had to throw it out there.
I'm surprised you're even talking to me.
I know. I should have just had the whole show with her and saved everybody. Right?
I had a lot to say just on my own. I'm like, oh, he's still thinking about her. So I'm very excited that she's.
I know you are. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And she'll be excited with this too, because this is all.
And she's the cook, by the way. When they're on the road, Emma does all the cooking, like she does like the Instapot in the hotel room. So she's probably taking all this down, writing all of it down in the green room.
This is kind of the thing that if you're really putting this out, even if you're cutting it up, everybody's eating it already.
Yeah.
So we now have our cherry tomatoes.
Hey?
They're from Ontario. They're delicious. You got to look for the sign because there's a lot of combinations.
Agreed.
But these are
Those are
fantastic.
delicious. Oh my
so
goodness.
I'm going to go with Greek salad. Everybody loves it. It's the orzo Greek salad.
Okay.
So I've already gone ahead. I've cooked the orzo as its direction on the back, which is about 5 minutes at a boil. And then it's really simple. You're just taking all of these lovely. I've got the yellow pepper, the red pepper, the hothouse tomatoes, greenhouse tomatoes, and I've got the cucumbers and red onion.
Nice.
And I'm literally just pouring that all in.
Great combo.
And I'm going to mix it while you do the dressing.
Okay.
So if anything, this is a great opportunity to freshen up your dressings because you don't need to buy store-bought dressings.
I agree. You don't know what a lot of the store-bought. You know what? You're in a hurry and you got to do it. But just make this ahead of time. Then you don't have to be in a hurry. You can stay in the fridge for a while,
that's
right?
True too.
So we got what, olive oil in here?
We've just got a third cup of olive oil. We've got red wine vinegar, and you're going to take out a teaspoon of basil, dry basil, dry oregano. And that's another fun thing for kids at home and for families. Just one. Yeah, did I give you a
half?
Oh, yeah. Do a half.
Is it just a half? Okay, okay.
My bad.
I was just following instructions.
I know.
You said
so
1 teaspoon. I know, it's very unusual.
You are listening to me.
I always listen to Julie.
Yes.
Don't let it, don't
So see,
steer you the
that
wrong
goes
way.
in right away. Once your gardens start growing, make sure maybe one of those are what you're adding. You can throw that right in here. We're going to toss it. And then you're going to add your Kalamata olives. And again, at the grocery store, you can find them. They can be pitted.
Yeah,
or
they can be canned,
if you
they can be
have
jarred.
Not, exactly. It's easy to do. And then your Ontario feta cheese, a third cup.
A lot of people don't realize you can get feta, from Ontario,
I know.
right?
It has, yes.
Yeah.
Dairy farmers right there, right on the front. It'll say, you'll see that little cow. He's pretty cute.
Oh my goodness,
and you're
that
set
smells
to go.
so good.
That I know, and it's done, and you guys are ready for your first salad.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite. This is a pizza salad, pizza party salad.
A pizza party
pizza
salad.
Party salad.
Say that 5 times fast.
So it's everything around. I probably, you know what John always laughs, I make things a little too big. So I probably should have put it on a little bit of a thing, but it's going to look good.
Yeah.
So I've taken Ontario Boston lettuce. It's set to go. I'm going to first put in my red onions in combination.
Okay. I love Boston lettuce, by the way. So buttery. Right.
Yes, and there you go there. And then you're going to make the dressing again.
Okay.
I've got balsamic vinegar.
Yeah.
I'll stir. That is a 1/3 cup of olive oil.
All right.
We've got, nicely done.
Yes.
And a little
Salt?
bit of sugar.
Oh,
Actually,
sugar.
sweeten it up.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can leave it out. You don't need
I thought
to.
you were sweet enough, but hey, if you want
Thank
it.
you.
Okay.
And then we've got oregano.
Yeah.
And we've got chili pepper and a bit of
and a little
salt.
salt. Okay.
And then
I like
we've
a
got some thyme.
Wonderful.
Okay. And
Got it.
then we're going to pour that over top.
Look at her go, folks.
I
Man,
know,
you're quick.
It's so fun. Well, it's a pizza party.
It's a
you
pizza
don't want to miss it
party.
on the
Okay.
pizza party. Think of all those times you waited for the pizza to come.
Fair enough.
So really what you're going to add to this, but I forgot to put them on set, is pita wedges. So you can take your tortillas at home and have some fun, turn on the oven, and just brush it with a little bit of garlic sauce and just bake them at 350 for about 20 minutes till they're crisp. But then we're going to add mushrooms on top, and you're going to add
A little
your
pepperoni.
And I went spicy pepperoni.
Nice.
And then your Ontario mozzarella. So that is your
my
pizza party. I almost want to throw it in the air. I get so excited about this.
You can go ahead. No, don't do that, because we've got a
We've
couple of
some
more
kids.
segments in this area.
Exactly.
That would not be good.
And then we've got our tomatoes as well on top. So any one of these that I've cut, honestly, if you leave that on the table, everybody's going to go by and eat it.
Yeah.
So if
You'd
you're
be surprised,
worried,
right? Everyone always thinks, oh, a snack, they're not going to eat it.
No.
They want chips or something. You leave it out,
yes,
we'll eat it.
the smell itself is delightful.
Agreed.
So there's your pizza party. Fiesta
All in
right
one
there.
bowl of pizza party.
So this one I'm always forgetting. It's roasted potatoes with marinated cucumber salad.
Okay.
So again, roasted potatoes, you could leave those out so everybody come by already
I
and
already
have
had
some.
two. Yes.
So
Is that
it's
what you were hinting at?
I know. So I actually made double this, and I could only come in with a third.
Because the kids and
kids
John
love it.
already
and
ate
then
it?
one friend comes over and they're like, do you
Right.
think your mom would mind? And my friend, yeah, everybody eats, so it's
Nice.
good. So I've done garlic, a little bit of oil, and I've roasted them for about 20 minutes, and then flip them again until they're to your liking. I've taken one whole English cucumber, I've lightly sliced it, and I'm going to add in, what am I going to do first? I'm going to add in my fresh garlic. So 3 cloves, I've squished it together, which is another word for not squishing it, but yeah. And
I speak Julie, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
This is part of the dressing. I've got, it is 12 tablespoons, which do you know how much that is in a cup?
I have no idea.
Well, everybody at home,
my
take
dad
a
and my
look at
brother
that.
are the accountants.
Isn't that
That's
fun?
why I got into television.
Exactly.
I'm not mathy.
Dijon mustard. So we've got garlic, apple cider, Dijon mustard. There's another easy
Dressing,
thank
to
you.
add,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, but
And then I'm gonna
Dijon
add a
is
little-
fantastic to
It is
add, even
good.
if you're doing a vinaigrette and you want to change it a little, make it a little creamier.
Yes.
Dijon is fantastic.
You're set to go. Then the other thing is I've got fresh dill. Smell that. Another thing you should be adding to your garden.
I add it to salads all the time too. Another one.
And fresh parsley.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give that a little toss, and then I'm going to add in all the things that are in season so far. We've got our red onions. You got your cucumbers already in there, and the vinegar is what kind of marinates it.
Yeah.
So while you're waiting for your potatoes to cool down,
let this sit
a little bit.
Yeah.
You can chop up the tomatoes, but I do love having them whole, and I just love how bright and red they are.
Except you know when you're forking them, they just skitter around the plate.
You can
That's
use
why
your
I
fingers.
cut them.
You can,
well, it's salad. I'm the fingers with the salad. I guess I could. Yeah.
And then I threw it in there because I got excited again. We've got Ontario feta.
Okay.
And then you're just going to mix that together, and then you're going to pour it on top.
Oh, you're going to throw it on top of the potatoes. All of these recipes again, folks. Foodlandontario.ca under TV recipes. Students from St. Gregory and their wonderful teacher coming up after the break tell you how they're helping support the Ottawa Food Bank. We'll be right back after this. I almost lost my voice there.
This is a man's heart, a heart in desperate need of medical attention. But because 78% of Indigenous people experience racism in healthcare, he may not get the help he needs. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
I was born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened. My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I am from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. So excited to have my next guest. We had some students from the Ottawa Catholic School Board on just a little while ago talking about their social entrepreneurship program. Such a successful program. Here to tell us more about it, I'm joined by Susan Gosselin. She's a teacher at the Ottawa Catholic School Board. And I have Tyler, Julia, Dara, and Luca joining me from St. Gregory. Welcome to you all. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
So Susan, yeah, we've had, we've talked about this on the show before, but I don't assume every viewer watched that particular episode, although you should. But tell us about this program and how it got implemented.
Okay, so the Ottawa Catholic School Board really believes in the deep learning experience for students, and social enterprise is part of our curriculum now. So we have the Catholic School Board organizing the SET project, which allows students to take that deep learning experience and look at the various sustainable development goals.
Okay.
And then students choose one that they want to focus on and build a business model around.
And then you've teamed up with Shopify as well, right?
We
so
have.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But so the students then they choose sort of a social issue of some kind?
Yes.
Right?
So our students here decided to choose number 2, no hunger, and we decided to focus on the Ottawa Food Bank as our social support. Students really wanted to balance the scale of students who are unable to get a healthy meal at home or enough food on the plate, and to make sure that all students coming to school have access to food so that they can be properly immersed in their education.
All right, Tyler, I've got this for you. So one exciting thing that you did was you pitched to a member of Parliament. Tell me about how that all came to be.
Yes, so Miss Anita Vandenbeld, she did come to our class, but she didn't just come. We had to kind of tell her why she should come, why she should take her time to come. So we split up into small groups and made pitches on why she should come, then sent them to her. And when we all worked together, we were able to persuade her to come to our class. So when she came, we presented our business to her, and she loved it. She even accepted a custom-made card and keychain made by the student Rudra, and she gave it to the Right Honorable Mr. Justin Trudeau.
It's amazing. So she brought it to the Prime Minister, and then my understanding is took a photo with him and sent it back to you?
Took a photo of her giving the products to him. She also talked about us at the House of Commons meeting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. I loved it, and I won't forget this experience.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, hand it over to Julia there. For you, Julia, different partnerships within the community. Tell me about some of those partnerships.
So we've had 3 major partnerships so far. And so our first partnership, we've partnered with Hallmark, and Hallmark has agreed to give us all of their unused and unsold envelopes from events like Christmas.
Amazing.
We've also partnered with Lydia Garcia, a mom from our school, who has donated handmade 100% natural soaps that we have been selling on our business, online and in person, to raise more money for the Ottawa Food Bank.
That's incredible. And you have one more.
And Shopify.
Yeah.
So Shopify has been our main business platform for online selling. We upload a card by taking a picture of it and then adding it to the website, and people can go onto our website and purchase the card, and then we deliver it to them.
That's incredible. So you have an online inventory. People can go to your website and purchase purchase all of the products that you offer up.
Yep.
Unbelievable, incredible. All right, for you, Dara, let's talk about in general. What have you learned from this experience personally and as a group?
Well, this experience has been amazing, and I know I can speak for my whole class when I say that we've had such a blast. I remember back at the start of the year, we managed to accomplish so much that by February, like Tyler said, we had Anita Vanderbilt, our MPP, come to our class and see how we ran things behind the scenes. She loved it so much that she left with an incredible handmade watercolor card and a handmade 3D printed keychain for Justin Trudeau.
That's just incredible. And then as Tyler mentioned, then she sent you back a photo to show you that, you know, she proved to you that exactly what she said she was going to do. That's just incredible. All right, Luca, for you, I've got, let's talk about support, right? Because your inventory has grown since you first began. So how can people at home help support you?
So we're hoping that everyone will go on our Shopify store and make purchases on cards, soaps, keychains, or earrings from $10 to $15 produced by our amazing grade 6 students at St. Gregory. And everyone is also welcome to come to our school and buy whatever they wish from there. And it'll really help us out if people can make donations to Every Bite Counts. Every Bite Counts at myshopify.com and make donations, as every donation will go towards the Ottawa Food Bank. And so far, we have raised nearly $1,500. We're hoping we can make a difference.
Well, you're definitely making a difference. And the nice thing is that money goes so far when it comes to the Ottawa Food Bank compared to, obviously, we always want to tell people to donate whatever you can, but because of their partnerships, it goes. Susan, after you've started implementing this within the school, what changes have you seen with the students?
Okay, so as a teacher, it's really hard for me to give up the reins.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the type of program that the students 100% are in the driving seat. So wherever they want to take the business model is where we go. I've run this course for 2 years in a row, and I've had a lot of students that are there for those 2 years. The growth in their global competencies have been outstanding. I've seen confidence drive had gone through the roof.
Right.
Critical thinking in our classroom is beyond that of a grade 6 student. And I think what's really important about this program is that they are connecting with the community.
Right.
You are seeing students that have become passionate about the Ottawa Food Bank and that have an understanding of the statistics and they really understand that every dollar counts.
And this is the entire class, Susan, as well, right?
Yes.
Obviously, we can't bring the entire class in here. So, we told you, if you could bring maybe four in, but this is a really group effort with all of the students.
It is, and
right?
I did want to give a shout out to our entire class at St. Gregory, because it's not just these 4 students, but it's the 24 students behind the scenes that are really making the difference.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. How about you guys give a shout out to everybody at home watching you, and a big thank you to everybody that supported you. Right into that camera right there.
Thank
a big
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There we go. Students from St. Gregory. Again, the website is everybitecounts.shopify.com, and you can look at this wonderful display. You can purchase this, and all the proceeds going to the Ottawa Food Bank. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere. We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Rogers presents the 2024 East Coast Music Awards, live from Charlottetown Thursday, May 2nd, starting with the red carpet at 6 p.m., followed by the awards show at 7. The East Coast Music Awards on Rogers TV.
Bas, Tio.
Join us for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. I love having people like my next guest because right after the kids from St. Gregory finish, Frankie comes in and goes, way to go, guys. That was fantastic. Frankie Bellissimo joins me from a different breed. He's going to be at the Ottawa Outdoor and Adventure Travel Show coming up this weekend at the Nepean Sportsplex. Lots to do there. Frankie, welcome back. Great to have you here.
I'm so stoked to be back.
Listen, I love your enthusiasm. As I said, it was so great to have you right after the kids because you're one of those guys with tons of energy. Let's talk about the show in general. The purpose of this show is what, Frankie?
Yeah, for sure. So just an outdoor adventure show. Just get everyone more knowledgeable in what's out there, who's local. And, we have people from kayaks, paddleboards, the police officers are there and everything like this. And so you get all your information, your safety tips, and all around good information.
You decided that, you have a couple of passions. Surfing was your first passion, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I was fortunate, spoiled that my parents bring me down to Florida. They flew me to California every year, and I, grew up surfing and racing motocross. So
what did you love about surfing? What attracted you to that sport?
I mean, it's a solo sport. It's a lifetime sport. Get in the water. There's no rush to get into it. You just little by little, and it's wonderful. Like waves are nuclear, and they create this ambiance for you in the water. So.
And not a lot of surfing opportunities here in Ottawa, right?
I mean, there is river surfing. Those guys are over above. Yeah, for sure. There's a huge community. I've been out a few times, but it's definitely a different community for sure. They're
very
wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah.
Paddle boarding. I want to talk about that because what an explosion in popularity when it comes to stand-up paddle boards. Why do you think that the success of this sport has exploded to such a degree?
From 1 minute to 30 seconds is all you need to really get on the board and figure things out. It's not a wobbly board. It's very easy way to get on the water, access the water, get that surf lifestyle, be on the water, and then advance from there as well too. So it's very easy learning curve to get involved with paddleboarding.
You brought a paddleboard with you today, and this brand is different breed.
Yes.
Why did you choose this particular brand that you wanted to showcase?
Well, it's about being an all-around athlete, So it's like I raced motocross, played hockey, surfing. So different breeds about being an all-around athlete. We have balance boards to perfect that balance technique, and then paddleboards to balance that mind, body, and soul, everything on the water. So different breed.
Let's talk about the benefits. What if you're giving advice to somebody to start a sport like this, what benefits would you tell them you can get from this?
Well, basically, safety first. Always assess the situation on the river, the water, the lakes, the ocean. The proper flotation gear and all this. But the benefits is just creating more core strength, more ability to do the things you love with your children, your sports, and all this. So it's a good crossover sport for everything you have going on.
A lot of opportunity in the Ottawa area for
100%.
stand-up?
There's a milestone of access points in Ottawa from Britannia Beach, Mooney's Bay. There's tons of community experts that are leading on Facebook. You can follow the groups, and they're always chiming in and where you can go, where you can access water, and they're always making sure you're safe.
Right, yeah, and that is obviously the most important thing. Something else you've done, you started introducing it at events, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. We did the trade show in Nepean Sportsplex to help out with the Ottawa Adventure Show there as well. I have followed the Triple Crown Motocross series as well too, and do some events and some balance demos.
Tell me about this. This is what, a balance board?
Balance board, more of a dynamic balance board. It's not just a wheel board or something you can get at the the local store. It's a little bit more dynamic. It's going to really progress your balance as an athlete, professional athlete. I put a lot of professional athletes in their place because we'll try this, but it's very difficult.
Yeah.
So you always start with support support hand, and then it's just like anything else. You're going to ride it, and it's addictive fun.
So what parts of the body are you working out with? Obviously, I can see core right away, right? It's just the main thing. Core. That's probably the biggest part of balance, really, at the end of the day.
I'm thinking more fast twitch reflexes.
Okay.
Your ankle strength, all the little grips, all the little muscle fibers in your knees and your ankles, a lot are attributed to what you develop on a balance board too.
Now, Frankie, is this something that you decided on too because it helps you kind of in the off season to be able to prepare yourself for surf season and for paddleboard season?
Exactly that. I sponsor motocrossers, so they're on the bike. They're always having to adapt to the bike situation. I mean, golfers have I sponsor the Canadian surf team, skiers. Every kind of athlete can benefit from this. You can do push-ups on this, and just a lot of visualization goes into here. I'm not going to get too big into it, but
I understand
a lot of visualization for snowboarding if you want to ride switch stance and different stuff like that, or skiers. So
back to the paddleboard. So this is one that you inflate, right? So
yes.
I guess it's great because you can bring it anywhere. Right?
100%. Yes. We just created a more high-end inflatable paddleboard from what you can get at the regular Costco stores. We have 5 fins on the back that make the board ride actually a lot more stable than your traditional inflatable paddleboards. There's a lot going for GoPro mounts, and it's a very well thought out board for sure.
And then when you deflate it, you brought your bag along here, so that it comes in that bag after it's deflated?
You get the full kit, pump, paddle, safety leash, ankle leash. You get a few other little gifts in there as well, but it's all in one. I literally get on my BMX bike, put my bag on, go to the beach, and pump up, and
it's amazing.
And get a little workout with the pump as well. The paddles come with it. So.
And then the paddle breaks down too to fit in there, is that right?
Yes, we have 2 adjustable aluminum 3-piece paddle. This is a full, complete, more of a competition paddle, carbon fiber, but we have them all as well.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. So if somebody's sort of a beginner, is that important too? Like when you go looking at your first paddle board and your paddle, you're probably looking at beginner. Does it go beginner to advanced? Am I right in that, or does it matter?
Yeah, introductory, beginner to advanced, I'd say. Every board is really attainable to be able to be ridden by anyone, but this board is dedicated a little bit wider, a little bit shorter, not as long as the race board, so a little bit wider is going to have you more centralized on your board for more stability. Wider stance, but really there's a lot of boards out there attributed to mostly.
Interesting. I haven't had somebody, I've talked about paddleboarding on the show before, but I haven't somebody talking about race board. So what? That's a much slimmer board, and you're really like you're paddling like crazy.
V-nose, a slimmer board. You're going to track better. Yeah, you know what I mean. Paddle to your capabilities, right?
Right.
There's different types of paddling for racing and stuff like this. But we even have an inflatable race board, which no one else does as well.
Oh,
too.
really cool.
Yes.
I know. The nice thing is, as soon as I saw these, becoming more and more popular, more and more people out on the water, right? It's about getting people out and active and interested in using our waterways, because as you mentioned earlier, we are so fortunate here in the Ottawa area. The show, by the way, is happening Nepean Sportsplex. Go to the back into gate number 4, happening Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be back with Emma Miskew right after this. Don't go anywhere. We know how amazing moms are, and just in time for Mother's Day, here's an opportunity to tell us how great she is and make her eligible to receive an exclusive makeover package. Just send us a few sentences telling us why your mom is so special and why she deserves a free professional makeover. The winner will receive an incredible makeover prize pack consisting of makeup and hair care services courtesy of Bruno Racine's Salon and L.A. Barrett. They have both worked with some of the biggest stars in North America.
I'm Gagwege. My name means everything.
Tom Longboats.
I am Wolf Clan, Onondaga Nation. I've run many different races. I've run to survive and to be free. I've run to win for honor.
His people might be lazy, but this one's damn fast.
My people respected our runners, people who carried important messages from village to village.
I need a guide to the next post. Dispatch carrier, sir. I can get you there.
God's sakes, man, slow down. Who do you think I am, Tom Longboat?
No, sir. I am
Running makes me feel alive. It's everything.
Tom Lambo was the first Indigenous person to win the Boston Marathon. He ran his way to international fame and became an inspiration to generations of athletes.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show. I know I talk about it all the time, but the sport of curling, just an amazing sport. It is a sport that is so accessible now in so many different ways, and so proud to have my next guest on the show because not only a Scotties national champion, but world champions from Team Homan, Emma Miskew joining me here on the show. Welcome and congratulations. What a great season.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure. I want to talk about your beginnings. So when did you start curling? At what age?
I was 5. I wouldn't call it curling at that point, but I was introduced to the sport, and we've grown a lot since then.
So was your family curlers? Is that the reason they got you into the sport?
Yes, my dad curled from high school onwards with one of his current still best friends, and he just loved it so much that as soon as I was of age to go out there, he brought me out the first day I was allowed to go.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been a part of my life for a long time.
So that's where you met Rachel, right? And have you been curling together since that age?
Not since 5, but we did meet when we were 5. We started our Little Rock program together. There's a picture of us when we were just little minis, but she left and went to a different club that was closer to her home. There's a lot of curling clubs in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And when we were 10 or 11, we played each other in the Little Rock final, so the regional final for the city. I knew I wasn't going to be playing with the girls that I was playing with at that time. Going forward, I didn't know what she was up to. I told my dad I want to play with her, and he knew her dad, and yeah, the rest is history.
That is
they
amazing.
connected. Yeah.
So when did it become competitive for you?
Right away, as soon as we connected. We were in they called it Bantam League at the time, but we were quite young compared to the other players that we were playing against. The other teams were a little more established, and we were winning. So from a young age, we were winning, and we were motivated, and we were practicing, and it's kind of just been my whole life. I don't know any different.
So at 10 and 11, then moving on, like were you like started to go to the gym even at that young age and began, curling like, I don't know, what, 4 or 5 times a week?
Yeah, curling, yes. We were practicing a good amount, and we played most weekends. The gym didn't come into play until a little bit later. We were playing other sports at the time. We were all in school. A couple of us played soccer or cross-country running, so just school activities kept us fairly active, but we weren't lifting or anything in the gym until a little bit later. And now that's such a big part of curling. That's strength and fitness and anaerobic activity is such a big part of curling. So we were a little late in starting that, but I mean, you're pretty active when you're younger in school, so
yeah, exactly. Well, and I mean, what a growth of the game just as far as the training goes. If you look back and watch, some of those early footage of curling, even going back to the 60s and 70s, right? I mean, you're looking at athletes that you were just telling me during the break. You're back in the gym already. You're training already, and the season just ended.
Yeah, it's a different image than it used to be. They used to have pictures of people smoking on the ice, and it's not like that anymore. The stronger that you can be, and the better of a sweeper you can be, you can make just a little bit of difference for your team. And a sweep can be the difference between winning a game and losing a game. So we put as much effort in the gym as we do practicing, and it's very important, but it also is very fulfilling, and it's nice to be able to know that work that we put in and getting stronger can be a difference maker on the ice.
Oh yeah, I mean, just watching you sweep, I mean, it's just an incredible thing to watch. So tell me about the change in position. How did that come about? Why did that come about?
Well, we knew Jo was going to be taking a step away from the game, and she was playing lead, and we didn't know who we wanted to fill that position. We were looking at the time for a lead, and then we found out that Tracy Fleury, who was skipping a team for her whole career.
Right.
We found out that she was available. And we were very surprised. Their team had a successful year. And we thought, this is interesting. Maybe this is worth diving into, finding out if she would be interested in joining our team. She's a fantastic skip, a fantastic player. And in bringing her in, we thought, well, we have now two skips on the team. What is that going to look like? So I thought at that time I might be switching positions, and it made me very excited to try something different. We've been doing the same thing for a very long time. I've been playing third for Rachel since we were 11. And I thought that part of sweeping is something that is so important and is kind of sometimes overlooked. In rock positioning and sweeping a rock into the right spot instead of potentially leaving it into a spot that could be very bad. And so being part of sweep management has been really fun for me. It's been a nice change. I know the game very well strategically, so knowing where the rocks can and cannot be is something that's important at front end. And sweeping with Sarah, she has the same mentality I do. We both play back end, so I feel like we trust each other, and it's just been really fun. It's been fun to be a different part of the game and to help Rachel in a different way, support her in a different way. It's just been like a really nice change, and I've really enjoyed it.
You mentioned that word success near the beginning of that answer, and what a great successful season you had this year. Walk us through this season and why you think you had such great success.
Last year was our first year together, and last year we had made a lot of changes among positions, and Tracy was her first time not being in the house in her entire curling career and calling the game. And then for Sarah and I, we had played back end, or Sarah had never played lead, I'd never played front end. So we knew there was going to be a bit of a learning curve, and we took a lot out of last year and made some notes, just like where can we improve and what can we do better. Coming into this year, there was a lot more comfort. We knew what to expect, and we knew that all that hard work that we had put in would start to pay off. We definitely didn't expect to have the season that we had. Some of those games could have gone either way.
Yeah, there were some close ones,
there
for
were some
sure.
close ones in there.
Yeah, I was holding my breath a few times,
There were some close ones, but we always, I think this year the big difference was just not getting nervous or tight in those close games, just knowing that if we are close in the end, we have a really good shot at pulling this out, and we finish strong usually. So just making sure that we weren't letting any games get out of hand if we didn't start the way we wanted to. And it's really been nice. And I mean, shot making speaks for itself. If you make a lot of shots, then usually you're on the right side of things. And everyone's been playing really well. And Rachel's
the focus too, right? I mean, the focus that you have as a team is just incredible to watch. I'm very fortunate. I've got you for 2 segments. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with world champion Emma Miskew right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This guy's just absolutely dynamic when it comes to putting the puck in.
This guy, something else.
Here comes the 67th.
Wow. And now the Rangers are away.
His acceleration's off the charts.
That's a player that all eyes in the NHL are going to be on tonight.
You are not going to sit there and tell me that this guy is not going to be a future NHLer. This kid is something special.
The OHL playoffs on Rogers TV.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef right here on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the show, back with Team Holman member and world champion, Scotties champion, Emma Miskew. And Emma, just very quickly, I was telling you about these coins. So my club, the RCMP club, they're all watching right now because they're huge fans. Doesn't matter what. And by the way, I've always said, doesn't matter what club you're with, all clubs are great clubs. It's a great social sport to get involved with, and all clubs are great. But we came up with these challenge coins, and you know they represent, of course, your club. And I was just explaining what it is. But just on behalf of the club, we wanted to present these with you. So we've got 4 of them for the 4 of you. I know there's more involved. You have a wonderful spare and your coaches and so forth, but we wanted to present you with these as a gift from all of us at the RCMP Curling Club. So
Thank you.
Hopefully you can slam these down and have some challenges with your teammates. So those are for you. Those are for you. But let's get back to curling. Yeah, I mentioned the fact that it's become more and more accessible as a sport, and the sport has grown so much. Why do you think that it's been that way over the course even of your career, the amount of growth that you've seen?
I think that TV coverage is one thing, and seeing that it's a very fitness-driven sport as opposed to what it used to be like. I think there's a lot of people who watch it and see what it's cool because it's the teamwork that you can actually see. You can see our faces. You can see how we talk to each other. You hear everything we say. So it's a very personable sport, but it also involves a lot of it's active and it's hard. So there's a lot of interest in it because you can go out there and get a pretty good workout in, but also socialize with your friends, have a drink after. It's just it's a fun sport to be a part of. It's really unique in that way. And the small team, I think, is what was the big difference maker for me. I grew up playing lots of sports, but I really liked being on a team of just 4 people. I thought it was very unique that way. I thought that you really got to know your teammates and how you can support your teammates, make them better. Whereas larger teams, you sometimes don't really know everyone on your team. So that's, I think, what's shown a lot of people some interest in it.
Yeah, and I guess and that mix of skill and strategy too, right? I think that's what makes it quite unique from a lot of other sports.
Yes, definitely. The strategy part is something that I think a lot of people on TV at first don't really understand as they're watching curling. They're like, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? But yeah, it's kind of you're thinking ahead. You're thinking a few shots ahead. Usually if we do this and then they do that, then we'll make this play. So it's kind of like chess on ice with a side of activity.
What about the current state of sport? How do you feel about the current state of curling right now?
Well, I think it's great. There's a lot of growth. Leagues are, I think, getting a little more full, at least from what we've heard at the Ottawa Curling Club.
Nice.
They have a lot of new interest, a lot of rentals coming out. People are trying it, and everyone who tries it usually gets pretty hooked. So anyone who wants to go try it, find a local club and learn a little bit. It's a fun sport to be a part of.
I mentioned, that you train year round. I mean, as far as training goes, I guess it's full body workout, right? I mean, you have to really work out every single aspect of your body to make sure that you remain at the top of your game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Strength is important, not only for leg drive, kicking out of the hack, to throw big weight if you need to clear out some rocks out of play, but it also is really important from a sweeping perspective to have a strong upper body and a strong core. So yeah, full body, and the more balanced we can be, because it's an asymmetrical sport, one arm down for sweeping, one leg forward in our slide for that lunge position. We also have to try to balance that and counter that with a little bit going the other way, making sure that we're not all just one-sided strength-wise.
Are you having a mic issue? Do you need to bring that in? Okay, bring it in. Good. Sorry, I guess your mic just cut out. Sorry about that. So let's talk about the future of the sport. Currently you think, obviously it's the growth has been great, but when you look to the future of the sport, you must be excited about what you see.
Definitely, especially seeing the talent that's coming from other countries where when we were at the Worlds in 2013, some of these teams weren't even present at the World Championships because they didn't have depth in their program. So seeing other countries put teams together, grow the sport enough that they can have teams that can compete, not only compete at the World Championships, but are tough to beat.
Right.
The growth of the sport internationally is big. I think it's really good for curling, and I'm really excited to see what that brings.
Interaction with the fans. I think that's also unique in the sport. You know, I went to the Men's World Championships here. You go to the patch, and you know some of the teams come in, and you know you get to meet them. You guys go and sign autographs afterwards, and then social media is big for you. You know, you're sharing recipes up there. Tell me about the fan interaction. How important has that been for the sport?
I think it's great, and I think one thing that we've done is just try to show we are real people and we are human. The persona that we have on the ice is a competitive side. We are all very intense out there. We are trying to win. And that's not who we are as people. We are we have a lot of fun. I make recipes. We're just trying to show that our authentic selves we are real people, and we try to have a good time on the ice, whether we win or lose. On the ice, obviously, you're seeing that intensity because we're just thinking about what we're doing, what our next shot is, what our next play is. And then off the ice, we enjoy our time out there. But
well, yeah, you're getting in the zone. I mean, you don't. There can't be a lot of distractions. It's not like curling at the rec level where you're laughing and having fun, and I mean some people take it obviously seriously. I certainly want to win, just like anybody else. But so you're in preparation already for the coming season, right?
Yeah, we don't have that long. We had a few months off, three and a half months before we'll have ice again. So we take an actual ice break. We're not going to be throwing any rocks for a few months, which is nice. Lets our bodies recover a little bit from that asymmetrical side that I was just talking about.
Well, I mean, congratulations. I mean, what a great success. And of course, we'll all be following you as usual here in Ottawa and right across the country. Thanks so much, Emma.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Join us for the new season of Ottawa Storytellers, right here on Rogers TV.
Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Rogers presents the 2024 East Coast Music Awards, live from Charlottetown Thursday, May 2nd, starting with the red carpet at 6 p.m., followed by the awards show at 7. The East Coast Music Awards on Rogers TV.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness, that was fun. Great show. Big thanks again to Emma Miskew. What an amazing season, to be national champions and then crowned as world champions. And if you've never got into the sport of curling, as I said, I curl at the RCMP Curling Club. Obviously, I have a bias. I think it's the best club, but all curling clubs are great. And if you want to get involved with any of those clubs, and including the RCMP, they have Learn to Curl programs that you can sign up for, Little Rock programs at most clubs as well that you can sign up your kids for. So as I said, it's just an accessible sport for those that have mobility issues. People curl with a stick now. We have wheelchair curling as well available at the RA Center. So there's a lot of different opportunities available. Again, doesn't matter what skill level you're at. I guarantee you'll have a great time. I want to give you a quick reminder, by the way, the Ottawa Outdoor and Adventure Travel Show that is coming up this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Nepean Sportsplex, right in the rear there and in gate number 4. It is free parking, free admission. And Ottawa 67's Game 4 happening tonight right here on Rogers TV at 7 p.m. It's a critical game for them. We'll see you next time here on Daytime.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Contracting, it isn't easy. And oftentimes, it's quite hard to understand your client's vision while respecting their budget. But there's something fundamentally wrong with your motivation when you are not following the most basic of steps. Get a permit, hire licensed trades, and work with your clients to develop a realistic budget.
The trades community is small, we all know each other, and when we work together, amazing things happen.
We know